Hey YouTube, it's old Watachi again. This video I'm doing today is kind of something that I've been thinking about wanting to do and hadn't figured out how to put it together. Um, I kind of got what I want, so I'm going to put it out here. Uh, about 6, 7 years ago, I used to have a lot to do with the Three Percenters, the American Freedom Fighters, a couple of different let's see, there's the Oath Keepers. There was a couple of different types of militias that I had a lot to do with uh, back when Obama was in office because I wasn't for sure how that was all going to turn out. But I did kind of get involved with some of these guys, try to figure out what their plans were, see what kind of you know situations that we could maybe fix what has happened in this country. Um, a lot of these guys are, like I said, in the militias, they're all veterans. They call themselves oath keepers because they took an oath when they was in the military or whatever. If they were in the cops or whatever they were, they swore an oath, and they claim that oath didn't end when they quit being a soldier or a police officer or whatever. I kind of felt the same way because I took the same oath a lot of them guys did. But we started looking into it to see what maybe we could do to get the attention of the people in D.C. Now, I was a truck driver, and there was a massive, massive amount of truck drivers that were talking about picking a day, or 3 days actually. They were going to go shut down. All the semi drivers were going to get together and shut down for 3 days straight. That means they wasn't going to haul anything, not food, water, mail, cars, nothing. They weren't going to move anything for 3 days. And if that would have happened, they never did. Some truckers got together and they did shut down. There's you look back on it and you'll find that did happen. It wasn't as big as all the truckers getting involved. But it did it a little bit, put a little bit of a scare in the government because they know what it could do if just the truckers shut down. It's going to cut into their money. That's what it comes down to. Because the people that are actually controlling everything, they own everything. They own all the corporations. They own your Walmarts, your Targets, your fucking all your grocery stores and department stores. They own it all. So the only way you can hurt these people is by cutting them off at their knees, and that's their money flow. Now, there's been a lot of talk with these so-called militia groups that call themselves patriots and everything. And there was a couple of things that happened, like the Bundy Ranch, that they showed up. They didn't do nothing, but they showed up to just show everybody that they do exist. They went down to the borders and got themselves in trouble down there because they don't understand what the Constitution says about militias. Only state regulated militias have any kind of authority whatsoever. And the reason why is because the state militias, your Minutemen, every state's got Minutemen, and those are the state militias. Now, the reason why these militias were set up, and the reason why it says we are allowed to form militias in the Constitution, was to help protect the states that you live in, and it wasn't to help protect the whole country. It was each state was to have just like a national guard. Each state has their own national guard to fight. If something happens, we're invaded, or something happens, each state can defend themselves, and that's what the militias are for. Now, if they're not a state regulated militia, and that means they have to follow the same kind of ranking system, they have to follow the same kind of training that the military goes through. You don't just become a colonel or a general because you know the guy that started the club. You know, in order for you to have any kind of rank, you got to have some kind of military background or some kind of training to get you any kind of rank in these regulated militias. This way, if they have to call up the militias to help defend the state, they can work right along with the military, the National Guard or whatever, if there's any other military brought in. They all have the same training. They can work together and help the military, and the military help the militias. This is why. Now, these other militias, like your 3%ers, they aren't nothing but a club. They're a gang. They're like a biker gang, basically. You know, they have no authority. They have no authority, not through the Constitution or through anything. If they're not a regulated militia, they have no authority. But they all go out in the woods a few times a month, and they play their military games while they're drinking beer and shooting guns. You know, this is their club. But they think that they have some kind of freaking control, and they don't. That's why when they went down to the border and they were all going to protect the southern border from all these invaders and shit, a lot of them went to fucking jail. A lot of them, especially the 3%ers. And I tried to warn them before they went that you're going down there with guns and everything, and you're going to get yourself in trouble because you have no authority as a militiaman. You have no authority to point a gun at somebody and tell them and give them orders to get down, handcuff. Militias do not have that authority. A regulated militia would have that authority if they're called up to help the state. But just a regular old militia out here ain't nothing more than a gun club. That's it. So, now that all of us have figured out that nobody's going to make a stand, nobody. We're not going to stand up and fight to get our rights and freedom back. We're not going to stand up and fight to get our country back. We're all going to sit here and hope and pray that God likes Donald Trump and God likes us enough to allow Donald Trump to save our asses. Well, you guys are all going to see if he gets reelected how that shit ain't going to happen. So if you guys want to sit around and do that, then that's fine. Have at it. But if you really want to try and do something, there is something you can do. You don't have to pick up a gun. You don't have to fire a gun. You don't even have to point a gun at anybody. You don't even need a gun. All you need to do is cut them off at the knees, cut out their money. If everybody in this country stayed home for a full week, we pick it a couple of months from now, give everybody a chance to save up food, whatever they're going to need, to just stay the hell home for 7 days. Don't go out and spend a dime in none of these stores, gas stations, nothing. Let them go for 7 days without having one penny roll in. And you'll get the attention of all these people. You'll get the attention of everybody that works in Washington, D.C. You'll get the attention of everybody that's controlling Washington, D.C. from behind the curtain. Because their money is the most important thing to them. If you think you can't possibly do something like this, just for 7 days, don't go to work, don't leave your house. You stay right there in your house, watch your TV just like you want to do, watch all the football you want, play your video games, whatever. But don't leave the house for 7 days. And you might get this country back without shooting one bullet. You might. Something worth trying, don't you think, people? You can't just keep sitting around doing nothing. Or at least, if you're going to sit around and do nothing, keep your ass at the house. Quit spending money. Because these people When you go to work, the government takes part of your money in taxes. When you leave work and you go to the store, they take some more of your money and more taxes. When you go buy gas, they more sales tax. Everything you do, they're making money off of you doing it. All you have to do is keep your ass at home for 7 days. Everybody stay home for 7 days. Don't go to Walmart. Don't go to the gas station. Don't go anywhere. Just stay home. And these people, you can put them under so fast because all these big multi-billion-dollar corporations, they have to have multi-billions of dollars coming in at all times or they're going to go under fast. It don't take them long. When you have $1 billion worth of freaking bills you got to pay every month, it only takes 1 month to put you $1 billion behind. So think about it, folks. Maybe we can all get together on a date and pull this shit on them. Pull this shit on them, cut them off at their knees, take their money away from them. Stop paying them federal taxes. Stop paying the people who are robbing you blind of everything. Stop it. It's that easy, people. Take their money away from them. You don't even have to lift up a gun. Just cut their money off. Better think about it, people. That's it for me today. May God bless us all because we're all going to need it. Have a good day out there.